Thinking about moving to Tennessee, but you don't want to be stuck in the chaos of Nashville? Well, what if I told you that there's a city that offers the best of both worlds? I'm talking lower taxes, new development, some of the top-rated schools, and easy access to downtown. Welcome to Mount Juliet. This is one of the most sought after and the fastest growing cities in all of Middle Tennessee. In this video, we're going to look at a step-by-step guided tour using Google Maps, find out exactly what Mount Juliet offers. We'll be looking at commute times, neighborhoods, schools, shopping centers, new developments, and home prices. And make sure to stick around to the very end of this video because I have some really exciting news. I'll give you a hint, it's one of the newest developments that's happening in Mount Juliet. And the hint is it's one of the biggest burger joints in all of the West Coast. Do you know what it is? Let's find out. Thanks for tuning into this YouTube channel. My name's Logan, realtor here with the Pro 25 group in Nashville, Tennessee. And my team loves helping people relocate, whether they're wanting to invest, buy, or sell. We also love educating you on how to invest. So if that's you, hit us up on the comments below. Our info's down below. Otherwise, let's dive into the video. So where is Mount Juliet, Tennessee? This is Tennessee on Google Maps, zoomed out. So let's take a look. And you can see Mount Juliet is right here. Downtown Nashville, and then Mount Juliet. A couple things, it's one of its main things that it's known for is it's known as the city between the lakes. And why is that? Well, it's because you have this lake down here, Percy Priest Lake, and then the Cumberland River, which turns into Old Hickory Lake. And so a lot of people love living in Mount Juliet because you have access to both. You can take any of these back roads to different parts and different boat ramps of either of these lakes. So that's just kind of like a bonus thing. We'll get into that later, but that's kind of where Mount Juliet is. So it's 17 miles east of downtown Nashville, and it's in Wilson County. So let's just type in Mount Juliet, Tennessee right here. So you can kind of see this is the specific city outlined. Couple things. One of the main interstates is Interstate 40. This goes all the way to Knoxville. A city that's about an hour from downtown is Lebanon. That's really an awesome city that's being developed. But 440 is right here, and it goes all the way to downtown Nashville. Downtown Nashville is anywhere from 25 minutes, maybe 15 if there's no traffic. It's closer to 20 minutes. So that's kind of a general, one of the main roads to get down there. You also have Highway 70, which is also called Lebanon Pike. So I live in Donaldson over here, and I like taking, whenever I go out to Hermitage or Mount Juliet, taking Highway 70. It's kind of like another back road. It's more of a scenic route that connects Mount Juliet to Hermitage, to Donaldson. You can also take it straight to downtown. So that's like another way to avoid traffic. If you don't want to be on the major highway, take more of the scenic route. You know, it's like a 2-lane road. So that's another kind of main road there. And then you also have WeGo Transit that you can take. And so that is basically a train station that has a station in Lebanon, in Mount Juliet, Hermitage, Donaldson. It goes all the way directly, almost like following Highway 70, but it goes directly to downtown as well. And so a lot of people actually will commute like a little earlier, 7:30. There's a bunch of different time slots, and it'll go directly to downtown Nashville, and then they'll take it back. So that's kind of another part of transportation, and as far as the commute. And then lastly, I just wanted to point out that the international airport is right here, and that's about 15 minutes depending on where you are to Mount Juliet. So it's pretty close. So whether you're commuting to work, heading to the airport, or if you're just trying to get to one of these other cities outside, like whether it's Hermitage, Lebanon, or downtown Nashville, that is anywhere from a 15 to 25, 30-minute commute from Mount Juliet. So let's dive into the next part, which is looking at some of the real estate market and where you should live. Okay, so south of Mount Juliet is a highly desirable area called Providence, and this is where there's a lot of new construction. It's also very walkable. So if you just type in Providence subdivision, these are 3 of the main ones that pop up: Del Webb at Lake Providence, Providence Landing, and then this Baird Farms at Providence. So those are 3 areas. One thing to note is they're right next. It's kind of like you can kind of see in these neighborhoods if you zoom in. It's right off of the main road of I-40, and there's a lot of restaurants and things to do A lot of shopping centers, arenas over here, which we'll go over. Home prices range anywhere from $450 to $800K around this area. And like I said, there are a lot of really good new construction areas, but Providence Marketplace is probably the most notable as far as shopping centers. This has a lot to offer over here. You can even see you have the Publix, you got Cracker Barrel right there, Music City Honda, there's a couple parks over here. Beezer Homes is another one that's new construction. And then you also have TriStar right there, location wise. A couple more parks over here. So that was Providence. A little bit more south is one of the next areas, which is called Right Farms. These are larger homes and it's more of an established community. So you can see right there, these are bigger lots, very spacious. There's community pools. So that's Right Farms. Like I said, it's very spacious, bigger homes. It's already pretty developed, and home prices there are anywhere from $600,000 to $900,000. A couple other neighborhoods, Jackson Hills by Signature Homes. So that is a little bit more, if you're downtown, kind of north of where we just were, above I-40. So a couple things here. Charlie Daniels Park right nearby. Also, you have Mount Juliet High School, which is right here, right near Jackson Hills. And then once again, a couple other Beezer Homes, Bradshaw Farms. A lot of these are going to be more of your high-end luxury. Like if I just click on Jackson Hill and then do Google Maps, you can see like how massive this house is. And going down the road over here, you can see like these houses. Some of them are in the $1 million for sure. I think the average price home is anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million plus. I actually have a video looking at what a $1 million home looks like, and it's similar to one of these. So if you want that, it's in the description below. But yeah, so that's kind of, these are more so resort style, like amenities. There's pools, clubhouses, trails. So let's go back over here and zoom out. Something else to notice over here, you are close by a couple other parks, and then Publix is right there. So yeah, that's a little bit about another neighborhood. Okay, and last on the list is going to be basically your expensive lake houses or houses near one of these lakes. So any of these areas up here and kind of north Mount Juliet. And then Mount Juliet's actually interesting. I'm going to take you to the Real Tracks, which is the MLS that all the agents here use. So I just typed in active properties in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, 3 beds, 2 baths. So these are the ones that are available currently. And it's actually interesting. Some of these down here, 1.4600, they're in the Mount Juliet city, but they're actually in Rutherford County, which is kind of near Laverne, Smyrna, Murfreesboro. So Mount Juliet, even though the city does actually technically extend all the way down here, but as you go back to this house or renovated house, 575, and then you're back in Wilson County. So just something to note. But yeah, a lot of these houses are going to be more expensive, especially some of the nicer lake houses. Like this one looks gorgeous, 85 days on market, 2.4, and this one's in Davidson County though. So it's interesting. Mount Juliet can actually be divided up into different counties depending on where you're at. So even though the city is Mount Juliet, you might be an actual different county. So that's as far as location and as far as houses. Once again, we have more in-depth tours of specific houses in Mount Juliet and in some of these cities. So definitely check that out in some of our videos below. But let's dive into the next subject. So next on the list is the education in schools. Mount Juliet, Tennessee, one of the main reasons people move here is because of the highly ranked schools and education. Specifically Mount Juliet High School. According to the U.S. News, Mount Juliet High School was ranked 5,124th nationally and 57th in the state, based off of the College Readiness Index. It's also ranked, according to School Digger, it's 4 out of 5 stars and 89th out of 375 Tennessee schools. And then it ranks 3rd among 5 ranked high schools in Wilson County. In general, there are lots of other schools, but Mount Juliet High School is one of the best ones. Something to note here, one of the main reasons it's ranked so high is there's really strong funding in Wilson County. There's also advanced academics, like whether it's honors, STEM initiatives, dual enrollment opportunities, and with local colleges. And then there's really good arts programs, and there's excellent athletic programs. There's a lot of extracurricular activities, PTA involvement, and strong schools throughout. Wilson County has higher than average funding per student. Lots of local support from businesses, from churches, from a lot of the residents that give back. And then lastly, there's a low ratio of students compared to teachers. So they really pay attention. Definitely one of the highlights of Mount Juliet is their education. A couple more things on the education. You have Green Hill High School, highly ranked, brand new, not too far away from Mount Juliet High School. You have West Wilson Middle School, which is located right here on the map, just above I-40. You have Mount Juliet Christian Academy, as far as a private school, which is right here as well, kind of near, a little bit north of the Providence Marketplace. And then you also have Rutland Elementary right over here. So there's a lot more I could say on education, but if education is important for you and if you really want to focus on finding good schools for your kids, highly, highly recommend Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Next, let's take a look at shopping and dining. So this is going to be kind of similar to what I've mentioned already. Providence is the place I would recommend starting out first. It's really just the most popular. I mean, you can just see as I zoom in on this area, Providence Commons, Publix, Target, Best Buy. You have all of these restaurants. Jonathan's Grill is one personally I'd recommend, kind of like a pub. They have like almost anything you can think of. Burger Republic's also a really good spot. The Goat, definitely highly recommend that. That's also really good for family, and they have a volleyball courts out over there. So you have a huge PetSmart over there for your family. So this is going to be like your main shopping area. So you can see right there. A couple other things I'd recommend. There are a lot of breweries and bars. Catch 22. Barrel House Restaurant Bars, another awesome spot. You have Cinco de Mayo, an amazing Mexican joint up here. Nashville Bread, you have a bakery right next to the lake right there. Then you're going to have your classic like chain restaurants, Culver's, Cheddar's, Cracker Barrel, like I already mentioned, Red Lobster, Target, Just Love Coffee, and probably I'll say shopping. What is the newest, some of the newest things that they have to offer is how big Costco is. This is like a newer development. The Costco, one of the biggest ones I've seen. You also have your fuel. So that's some of the shopping and some of the dining. Entertainment wise, we're going to look at Charlotte Daniels Park. Great for hanging out with the family. So once again, that's right here north of this area, kind of near some of these high schools. A lot of people hang out there. There's a lot of cool events that go on there as well. And you have, obviously, like I already mentioned, Percy Priest Lake and Old Hickory Lake. You also have access, if you take Lebanon Road, all the way down to Ravenwood Park, which is a really cool park for kids, family. Ravenwood's really cool, connects in Heartland Park where there's all these walking trails back here. And then this actually connects to Two Rivers where the park is. And then that connects to the walking bridge, which then leads you downtown. So you can actually bike all the way through these trails and then end up over here. I forgot how many miles it is, but it's pretty incredible. But you can just see too, just even based off of this Google Maps video or just like the terrain of where some of this land is. Mount Juliet does offer a lot more land kind of further out, but really affordability wise, you're going to be getting more bang for your buck as you go further out from Nashville and head more towards Lebanon and some of these smaller towns outside of here. So anyway, but that is a little bit about the shopping and entertainment. So if you love boating, if you love outdoors, there's tons of camping. There's a lot of areas where you can put your boat into the water. And there's also, I forgot to mention, Nashville Shores is right here, which is really cool. Nashville Shores is a water park. So you also have Treetop Adventure, which is kind of a really cool that you can see zip lining, exploring, hanging out with family, whatever you want to do as far as like rock climbing, ropes course. Sometimes football teams and stuff like that will bring their entire team there to do like a leadership course. There's a lot more I could say on some of that, but that's kind of the summary as far as things to do. Leave in the comments if I missed something, or which one of these places that you would go visit. Would you go to one of these lakes? Would you go to the water park? What about one of the restaurants? Would you go sign up for Costco? Let me know what you guys think. All right, so going back from Google Maps over to Real Tracks, the cost of living. So we're going to look at, this is an average of the houses that are over here. So if we look at stats, there's 146 active listings. The average is 626. The median is 596. That's just current homes that are on market. In general, last year we saw it go anywhere from 475 to 550 for the median household. These are typically 3 beds, 2 baths, anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 square feet. Cost of living is definitely going to be more competitive compared to downtown Nashville, but maybe not as competitive as somewhere like Lebanon. That's how you say it. Groceries and gas will be slightly higher than the national average, and then you have $100 to $200 per month typically for utilities and transportation. Property taxes are a lot lower than Davidson County in Nashville, which property owners love. So overall, your money stretches a lot further in Mount Juliet. So that's the cost of living. Let's take a look real quick at hospitals in Mount Juliet. So you have TriStar is going to be your biggest ones. This is kind of in Hermitage, but it's right near Mount Juliet. You also have the TriStar ER right over here, right across from the Costco. And then you're going to have a lot of obviously urgent cares, Vanderbilt's, after hours, St. Thomas Medical Center, several of those, especially a lot of these on 171. So the main ones as far as hospitals are going to be TriStar. It's going to be that's the closest one, kind of in the Providence area. And then also you have TriStar Summit Medical Center over in Hermitage. So those are kind of the two big hospitals. As far as investing in Mount Juliet, so a couple of things to note there. Home prices have increased by 35% the last 5 years. So definitely a increase in demand for living in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. So the demand for rentals has gone up as well. Typically those are anywhere from $2,200 to $2,800 per month for rent for a 3-bed, 2-bath property. There's lower taxes compared to Nashville, once again advantageous for someone looking to invest. And then there's also a lot of new construction happening all over Mount Juliet, which is really good for future appreciation. I feel like if I just type in new construction, so if you just type in new construction Mount Juliet, look at all this new construction that's happening. Drees Homes, Beezer, Cades Bluff, which is on here by Ashton Woods. I just did a video about them. If you want to see that, check out the videos below. Lennar, Good Old Homes. We have Richmond Homes, which is a national builder. Meritage Homes, Beezer Homes. I mean, like all of these developments. Jackson Hills, like I already went over. And then Waverly, that's a great one as well. Super quality construction. If you're interested in new construction, definitely let us know. Half of my clients last year were new construction clients just because of all the incentives that they offer, as well as the interest rates. You can get a lot lower, like I'm talking in the 5s. So if you are interested, I do have a video that goes through top 10 tips. You can also put your email in and we can download a new construction guide, and my team and I would love to help you with that. So just let us know. Mount Juliet overall, great area to invest, great area to live in. It's close to the airport, close to these rivers, close to these towns. Okay, so you've made it to the end, and as I promised, I will share with you the development that is going to blow your mind. Right near Costco, they're going to be putting in a In-N-Out burger. It's going to be on Golden Bear Gateway. So as far as on the map, right near this area, so right near Golden Bear Gateway and Beckwith Road. They actually beat out Franklin for having the first In-N-Out burger in Tennessee. They already broke ground. Construction's already begun, and it's going to be open sometime in 2026. A couple other things about this area, obviously, just besides Mount Juliet having an In-N-Out burger, which is one of my favorite burger restaurants in the U.S. Right across from Costco, there's going to be a massive new retail and commercial development that's coming to Golden Bear Palace. It's going to feature new restaurants, tons of shops, potentially even entertainment options like the bowling alley. All of this is going to have rapid growth for the city and be a really big hotspot for investors as well as the businesses and growth. As you'll see, Legacy Point, which is right here, and this place is going to have restaurants including like Dunkin' Donuts, Whataburger, Texas Roadhouse, bowling alley. All these are slated to come. All of these are coming, and they're going to have a 5-lane highway. So a lot of new development, really excited. I forgot to mention also there's the Amazon headquarters. Yeah, that's the biggest one. Boom. Several warehouses and distribution centers and an Amazon fulfillment center headquarters, which, so if you have Amazon, you'll probably be getting drones eventually. Once again, that's also causing this whole place to go up in value, create more jobs, allow the city to grow. So if you move out here and buy a house with all the job increase, as the economy grows, as population grows, that increases your house's value. And that helps stabilize an area if a crash were to ever happen. Somewhere like Nashville, somewhere like Mount Juliet, it's got really strong economic growth and population growth. So commercial development means higher demand, once again, raising home values. And if you're considering buying, Mount Juliet is a great city for you. I hope you guys learned what it's like to live in Mount Juliet. If you want to tour it, let me know. My team and I can get you out here and start looking at a couple properties. But Mount Juliet, solid spot to live. Low cost of living compared to Nashville. Great location, awesome schools, good community, and a lot of entertainment, a lot of food, a lot of development happening. Would highly recommend living in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. So there it is. That's the maps tour video of Mount Juliet, Tennessee. I hope that this was helpful and that you got a lot of value out of it and that you really saw just an overview of what it's like to live in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. So if there are other cities that you want to explore, if you're thinking about moving here or even investing here, put in the comments below. We'd love to do a video and explain what it's like to live in those areas. We will be doing a lot more. So let me know. And lastly, check out the video below on what new construction looks like for Mount Juliet, Tennessee. It's one of my favorite things to do is help clients buy new construction because of all the incentives. So guys, thanks again for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Peace.